Hello people, welcome back to another video. And this time I'm going to tell you about my own Minecraft mod named Runic Inscription. Now before I jump into the video itself, into the review itself, I'm going to tell you a little about the backstory of this mod. So I was and still am creating another RPG map for Minecraft. Now this time it's more of a serious project. It is almost like a proper RPG game, and I really do encourage you to take a look at it. So I will leave the link to its dev blog in the description so that you can take a look. Now this serious project requires a lot of mods, as you can probably guess, but most of which I already found and they really exist. But there are two exceptions to this. I really needed a lockpicking mod and a magic mod. And so basically, I know that there's a whole bunch of proper magic mods out there, but all of them are really too complicated. So I decided to create my own mod, and the same applies to lockpicking mod. I'm already creating one. So this is how the mod came into existence. Now let me tell you how this mod functions. As you could probably, let's just head over to our cave here. As you could probably have guessed, this mod is based around magic, but your question might be, how do I start using magic? Which ways of magic are, which ways of casting magic are there? And I'm going to tell you that, there's two ways of casting magic in this game. The primary way is through runes, which are you can cast any spell indefinitely. And then there's a secondary way, which is called spell scrolls, which allow you to cast a spell at half of its mana cost, but the spell scroll will be consumed in the process because it loses its magical potency. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to make these scrolls first. So you might ask, how does the scroll even look like? How is it made? So I'm gonna show you. And you need 2 sticks and a piece of paper. It's that simple, like so. But it doesn't do anything on its own, obviously. So what do? First of all, you want to go out into the open world and look for these little babies, like this. So these are called monolith stones, and these they can randomly generate around the world with random patterns. So this time I'm gonna, in this tutorial, in this review, I'm only gonna be showing you one rune, which is the firebolt, which is the most basic one. And there's tons of other ones. So as you can see, it spawns kind of like a little bit of a natural aura here. You know, it's quite nice. But be careful so that you don't mine these guys, because after you mine them, they will not return, even if you mine them with a pickaxe. So be careful with that. Now you see this combination here, but you don't know what to do about it. Now let me show you what to do when you found one of these monoliths, because that is the first thing you want to do. So after you find a monolith, you want to create either a tracing scroll or a tracing paper. Now let me show you how that is done. We need some ink and some feathers. This way you get, this is a shapeless recipe, so that you can kind of randomly place this, So that gives you a tracing scroll, and if you replace the empty scroll with a paper, you'll get tracing paper. Now let me show you what that does. You don't have to do this, but this makes your life considerably easier. So what does the tracing scroll do? Well, what it does is pretty simple. Everything you need to do is just right click on the monolith, and there, voila, you get yourself a scroll of firebolt. So it's pretty simple. It just basically, your hero kind of traces off the pattern onto this, the formula, the pattern, onto your scroll. And the second way is, you can trace the pattern off. And as you can see, it has your firebolt. This is how it is made. So let me show you how, now that we've found out how to make spell scrolls, this is the first way how to make spell scrolls. Now we'll come across the second way a little bit later. Now let me show you how to make runes. Now let's just think about what a rune is. It is a piece of stone, like a blank, with an inscripted pattern on it. So let's go ahead and click in this chest, grab some stone, grab some iron, and grab some dye. Let me show you what to do with this. You craft some stone slabs, and then each stone slab gives you one blank rune, so you can make as many as you want like this. And I just made 6. You don't need to make, you can make more or less, obviously. I made 6. I don't know why I made 6, we only need 1 for today. And then you need to make a chisel to inscript the pattern on your rune. So once you have both of these items in your inventory, you can open the Rune Inscription GUI, but be careful because the Rune Inscription GUI will not open without blank runes in your inventory. So if you try to do it like this, as you can see, it won't open. But if you pick at least 1 up, it will open. So, oh, this is, yeah, there we go. It decreases your runes by 1 every time you use it, as you can see. So if you fail, you're gonna use up 1 rune. It's a little bit buggy, I don't know why, to be honest. But there we go. Okay, so this is the last rune, as you can see. It's non-existent. So what do you want to do? You want to remember the pattern from your traced paper. You want to place your dye in here because it's the same color as the monolith was. And then you just inscript the pattern on like so. And there we go. There is your rune of Firebolt. As you can see, if you compare the text of both these items, you'll see that the Rune of Firebolt, they both have the same description and basic spell used by both novices and mages, but as you can see, it costs 2 times mana. So now that I've showed you how to make runes, you can also trace off, apart from like from tracing runes off of, or patterns off of the monoliths, you can also trace the pattern off the rune itself if you have one. So let's grab some paper. Let's grab all these items right here, and we're going to craft a table like this. So what do we need to do? We need to get some planks on bottom, wood on top. You can also do it this way if you want, doesn't matter. And torch has to be in the left corner. Then we have a feather and some ink. These can be in any pattern, so let's grab this writing table right here. It can be placed in any direction, so it can be placed like this too. So let's go and see how this works. What you need for crafting spell scrolls is a rune, oh yeah, by the way, this can also be used as a storage because it contains, it doesn't drop the items once you close the GUI. So let's go and craft ourselves some more spell scrolls. There we go. So you place these spell scrolls in here and then the ink. And basically you can make as many spell scrolls as you want until your empty scrolls run out and your ink runs out. So let's go ahead and create some. And there we go. So this is how most of the things in this game is made. But as you can see, what is that over there? It looks kind of weird, but it looks quite nice. And I'm going to answer it to you, and I'm going to say that these are some new flowers that are added in this mod. Right now, they only serve one purpose, is for, they increase your mana, your current mana, so basically you can restore your mana, but you cannot increase your maximum mana. So let's go and use this a little bit. If you use one, it disappears, your mana goes down to 5, so it's 70. Minus 5, so let's use some of these. Oh no, my mana is only 50. Well, you can restore your mana by breaking these, and they drop their own buds, as you can see. And if you eat a bud, you restore 10 mana. Simple as that. Pretty effective. And you can also, now you're gonna ask me like, how do I replant these flowers? And I'm gonna answer it to you, and I'm gonna say that if you plant them next to water, they will grow. And you don't have to plant them next to water, but they will grow faster by the water. Plant them like this, and there we go. So that is how you restore mana. And now let me show you all of these spells in the game. I won't show you the runes to these spells because they will show you the pattern, and that's not going to be very interesting because you won't have to search for the rune stones, and that's going to be boring. So we're going to go ahead and drop all this stuff in here since we don't need it. But instead, I'm going to show you all the spell scrolls for each item, for each spell. let's go ahead and go over to our little testing facility area, kind of. And I've set up a little kind of range here for shooting stuff, and yeah, just basically test subjects, okay? Let's just say it that way. So, first I'll introduce you to every spell, which is Spell of Firebolt, a basic spell used by both novices and mages. 5 mana, damage 4, type fire. Then we have Scroll of Ice Bolt, a utility spell used to freeze enemies in place. Mana 5, damage 3, type frost. Now there's only one frost type spell right now, but I will add more as I update the mod. Alright, next up, damn it, Scroll of Lightning Bolt, a powerful spell used to bend lightning to your will. Uses 10 mana, damages from 5 to 7, type lightning. Scroll of Healing, a handy spell favored by all users of magic. Mana 10, healing 5, type nature. There we go. A medical spell used to cure magical effects and illness. Scroll of Dispel. Mana 10, removes debuffs. Type nature. Then we have Scroll of Fire Rain, a devastating spell mastered by few. 25 mana, which is so much. Obviously a rune will cost 50. So damage 5 to 10. Type fire. And then Scroll of Chain Lightning, a destructive spell used to strike multiple enemies. Mana 20, damage 5 to 7. Type lightning. So let's go ahead and test this. Yes! So we're gonna destroy villagers. Each of these spells has its own effects, so that is gonna be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check it out. Also, they have a random. All of the projectile spells have they can kind of bend away from the way they're going, so they won't always go in a straight line. So let's go and test this out. Throw a fireball at this villager. There we go, cool particles, smoke, and he is lit on fire. Now let's try a Scroll of Ice Bolt. Now we're gonna use that on something else because we want it to move. Now let's see. Look, if we punch a sheep, it's gonna start moving around, right? It's gonna start running around, running away from us. Blah blah blah. Right. Now we're gonna take out the spell, right? I'm gonna shoot the thingy. Oh no. All right, I didn't expect that to happen. Let me just give myself another one. Let me just type this in. Damn it. Sorry about the inconvenience. There we go. So let's go and use this on a sheep like this one. As you can see, it is not going to move at all for like 2 seconds, and then it starts moving again. So that is how that scroll works. Like, now let's go ahead and use Scroll of Lightning Bolt on another sheep. I'm not going to use them in this range right now because it's going to burn away all of my wood. But yeah, so this, wherever you point at, there will be lightning. Like so. Powerful, isn't it? Yes. And that is all there is to it. Alright, now next up is healing. Let us go ahead and jump off a cliff, because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. There we go. And then, let's go into F5 mode. Right, it has custom. Oh yeah, also each spell has custom sound effects, so that adds to the I don't know, detail? I don't know what it's called, to be honest. Oh no, did I just spawn? Oh no. Alright, so this spell, I don't think I really need to show you how it works, because it's pretty obvious. It just removes all debuffs. So, for example, if you have, you know how milk removes every single potion effect? So if you have, for example, like fire resistance and poison, it will remove both poison and fire resistance. But Scroll of Dispel will only remove negative debuffs. So, for example, if you have poison and, again, fire resistance, then it's only going to remove poison. I don't think I really need to demonstrate that, so I'll show you the effect. I think it looks pretty cool. And there goes my mana. Alright, so next up, Scroll of Fire Rain. This is one of my favorites because it has a really cool It has a really cool animation to it, and it affects any entities in a 6 radius, I think it was, or 5, I don't remember exactly. So let's go ahead and use this. Yeah, that's everything fire, rain, fire, and they didn't die, damn it. And now next up, Scroll of Chain Lightning is same, but lightning. Now that is way perfect, if you ask me. And then also, if there are no entities around, then after using the spell, just kind of distant, crack, distant lightning strike will be heard, but nothing will be struck. And, guys, that is all for this review. I hope you really enjoy the mod. I hope you give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I hope you go on to the... I encourage you to go into the forum thread, leave a comment, again, add to favorites, you know, kind of rate, download. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you later.